All right, let's talk about something that's going to affect pretty much every driver in Malaysia. The government is rolling out a massive change to how we buy RON95 petrol. And believe it or not, it all comes down to the one card you've got in your wallet right now, your MyKad. Okay, so let's just dive right in, because this is a really big deal. Starting at the end of September, your regular trip to the petrol station is going to look, well, a whole lot different. The question is, are you actually ready for this shift? So here it is, the heart of the matter. This is what it all boils down to. From now on, the price you pay for RON95 is going to depend entirely on your MyCard. If you're eligible and you use your card to verify, you get that sweet subsidized price, around 1 ringgit and 99 per liter. But if you don't, you're looking at the unsubsidized price, which is going to be closer to 250. And trust me, that difference adds up fast. Okay, so that's the what. But I know what you're thinking. How is this actually going to work? What does this look like when I'm actually there at the pump, trying to fill my tank? Let's walk through it. Get ready for a totally new routine. And yeah, the biggest change is right there at step 1. You can pretty much forget about paying at the pump, at least for now. First, you've got to head inside to the counter. You hand over your MyKad, the cashier slots it into a special reader, and that machine then connects to a central database to check if you're eligible. If you get the green light, you pay, and then you can head back out to refuel. It's a huge shift in habit for millions of us. And what's this central database it's connecting to? Well, it's called PADU. You can think of it as the digital brain behind this whole operation. It's the government's massive database that holds all the info, like income levels and so on, that determines who gets the subsidy and who doesn't. Which, brings us to the next really, really important question that's on everybody's mind. Who exactly gets to buy this cheaper petrol? And is there a limit? So the government's plan is to target the subsidy. It's not for everyone. The two main things they're going to look at are your income and what kind of car you drive. The whole idea is to make sure the help goes to those who need it most. So yeah, if you're driving a luxury car, you're probably not going to qualify for this. And it's not a one-size-fits-all system either. They're setting up a quota system. So a regular car owner who's eligible will get a standard monthly amount of subsidized fuel. But, and this is a key detail, if you use your car for work, like an e-hailing or p-hailing driver, the plan is to give you a higher quota. It makes sense, right? It's their livelihood after all. Now, what about businesses? All the vans and lorries out there? Well, they have a completely different system called SKPS. So if you're running a business with vehicles like taxis, school buses, or small goods lorries, you had to start registering back on September 15th. For them, it's not about the MyCard. It's all handled through a special fleet card. Okay, so that's the system. But let's get practical. What do you need to do to get ready for all this? And let's also talk about some of the worries that are already starting to pop up from the public. And yeah, people are definitely talking. This one comment I saw online kind of captures the feeling a lot of people have. There are real concerns about, crazy long queues at the counter, the system crashing, and even worries about data privacy. The big fear is that this new process, even if it's for a good reason, is just going to make life more complicated. So, with all that said, what's the number one thing you can do right now? Simple. Check your MyKad. Seriously, the Home Ministry is basically begging everyone to take a close look at their card. If the chip is scratched, if the card is bent, if it's over 10 years old, or if that chip just looks really worn down, you need to get it replaced. Because if the machine can't read your card, you're not getting that subsidy. Simple as that. Now, to try and handle the flood of people they expect will need new cards, the government has set a target. They're aiming for the National Registration Department, or JPN offices, to be able to replace a damaged MyCard in just 30 minutes. We'll see how that goes, but that's the goal. And hey, there might be a light at the end of the tunnel for anyone who hates the idea of queuing. Officials have said they're already looking at more modern ways to do this in the future. Things like integrating the verification with e-wallets or the fuel apps we already use like Satel are on the table. So this counter-first approach might just be phase 1. So as we wrap this up, we're left with this huge question. The goal here is fairness, to make sure subsidies go to the people who need them. But the way we're getting there, at least at the start, adds a bunch of new steps and potential headaches. So what do you think? Is this a necessary step toward a more fair system? Or is it just adding another layer of complexity to our daily lives? I guess we're all about to find out.